Wisefab suspension. Everything in the suspension is Uniball. It's been on the car now for almost 10,000 miles. We're on worn out Felino semi-slick front tires that have been flipped over. Look at how this thing rolls. It's incredible. I don't have to touch the steering wheel. It just, there's no vibration, there's no noise. It's perfect. Filling up the car, most likely for the last time. But this thing has served me so well for 2 drift weeks. Small problems that we had. So if you would have told me up front that I would be able to do 2 drift weeks with just center carrier bearing for the drive shaft broken, a Vanos oil feed line, and a fan blade breaking off into the radiator, I would absolutely have said yes. We had to blow out in Florida, but that's not the car's fault. It was just me trying to catch up on time. And apart from that, it's been a super solid car. Very happy with it. This was one of the best decisions ever. Thanks all involved. Thanks for Wisefab, FEAL, Seems Legit, Chase Base, of course Chelsea who put it all together for me. The guys from Volt. Super happy. This is like a life-changing experience.
Looks like the Corvette nerds took over half our spot. Morning, Brian.
Morning. Oh, is that the New Balances?
It is. They're a little dirty though.
Bro,
You
gotta step that game up. Get some New Balances.
No, I'm gonna shed my New Balance.
If they're gonna be dirty, they at least have to have grass on them.
It's an old Balance.
It's all grease.
I looked at the one spot that was like.
If a Corvette versus a clown shoe was one picture, and the clown shoe has been quite a champ this trip. I actually like the crash damage here because it makes the car look better. It's like the area on race cars over here where you have an exit for the hot air. So I think Brian improved it.
Go a little bit harder today, but do not roll through at 100 miles an hour. Just roll through with like maybe an extra 10 miles an hour. We got done in the drivers meeting and Nick.
It's really special for me to be competing against guys from all over. Of course, California, Texas, Florida, Utah, many other states. And they're mixed with the local guys here from Washington and Oregon. Super special to meet these guys. Really great cars, great driving, fantastic atmosphere.
So smooth, you don't really get anywhere. And then we just feel like we could go all day long. And even there, we had a water pit as well. But a lot of times people just think, oh, if I just, my tires are at 200 and...
You guys, I saw very few dirt drops. The couple that we did see, I just keep that up today. Again, like I said, we appreciate it. I heard a lot of really nice feedback from you guys, and this is kind of an honor for us to have a lot of you guys here. We pride ourselves on staying very local and running a kind of a grassroots deal, but we like to have, you know, upper level guys coming in, and so thank you for taking care of the property. One issue that
I did 153, I did a night togue, and I think that's it. What else did I do?
Pronounced toge.
Yeah, that. Come on now.
So you heard that you were too loud, right?
No, I'm not too loud. The BMW's not too loud.
No,
wow,
not the BMW.
Sick.
You are too loud.
Oh yeah, I'm too loud.
You went 150?
153. It's in the video. It's in the chat.
Okay, good.
I did on the way here. Yes, it was not cool.
And he did the holding hands thing.
And I did a holding hands thing, which wasn't a fucking challenge.
So this is the final sticker count. Obviously we finished drift week 3. Tailgate on the day, our charger for coming, having a fire journey up here.
What's up?
Do you see anything wrong here?
What's wrong?
We're blocking everybody.
No, the Corvette guys stole our spots. So, fucking dicks.
So 2 wrongs make it right.
Typical Corvette owner. Don't worry, when they move, we're gonna take the spots back. They just don't know it yet.
So how does that solve my problem?
You wanna go out race right now?
Well, I'm
so
here.
move the car, this car runs.
drive it.
But I
don't know. Horsepower.
I don't know how
It
to.
won't hurt you.
I know how to start a car with burble tune. How do you do that?
You press the start top.
So, bit unfortunate when I was driving the car and the engine was quite warm. So when you're like hot lapping, the power steering got a little heavy on idle. So on rest it was fine, but on idle it was not. That's pretty sketchy. It means that the power steering pump is on the way out. I don't want to take any chances because I don't want to jeopardize anybody else's car. The power steering fails or the pump, the pulley comes off or something. You could potentially hurt other cars. Like my car is one thing, but other people's cars and ruining other people's trips. So I'm not going to take any chances. Good luck that we found one nearby. I'm going to pull this one because it's a core return. So it's the original BMW pump, it's remanufactured. So yeah, let's get that done. Got the old power steering pump out. Andrew Withers found another one at a local shop, so we're going to go grab that one.
Okay, perfect. Our shop is once you get here, it's towards the end of the building.
Perfect. We'll see you guys in a few.
Okay. Yes, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Is that it?
This is long life.
Let's take it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good. These people are super nice and they are actually saving my trip by getting a Bosch pump. It's an M3 here on the lift. It looks like exactly the same car as mine. Very, very cool. There you go. And they're obviously doing some stuff with it. Very nice. Good stuff. So I got the power steering pump in. I got the brand new Polinos on. Seems to be going very well here. So this is really sick. Curt's gonna let me drive the Chevelle. Very, very excited about this. Super cool car. This is really cool. This is proper NASCAR stuff. Look at that car.
It was super nice driving this car. The steering wheel was a little big because it was basically touching my knees, so I had to shuffle it in every corner. But it's so nice, this car, the small block is super responsive. There's the 4-speed side shift gearbox that I have in my Pro car, the same style transmission. You're sitting quite close to the rear wheel, so I thought that it was going to be different for the feeling of the car, but it actually feels really good. I was surprised there are no rattles or weird noises. It's actually a fantastic car to drift. I'm really happy for the opportunity to drive it. As you can see, I took it real easy, but great. So this is my take on the track. You enter over here. I usually give it a little bit of a flick, or when I'm in a tandem, I use the handbrake to be absolutely sure. You stay on the outside here a little bit because the apex is pretty late, and this is where you're approaching the apex. So that's where you let the nose of the car run in a little bit, and there you transition for the next corner. But the reason why this track is so good is because you need to be technical, so you're kind of sacrificing this corner here, so you stay out really far over there because you need to make this hairpin, and that hairpin is very important for the coolest corner in any American track I've ever drifted, which is the upcoming left-hander over here. So you want to position yourself on the outside a little bit so you can make that. That's why the hairpin corner needs a different approach than you may do it when it was just a solitary corner. And this corner has a triple apex, so over here you just unbalance the car a little bit, like a little bit of a shake or something, and it just starts drifting. You kind of want to keep a little bit of a shallow angle so you can make it to this corner. On sometimes when I'm going quite fast, I left foot brake here to bring the nose in. What you do after that, or at least what I do after that, is let it run as wide as I can and let it accumulate as much angle as I can over here, completely on the right side of the track. So you make this hairpin, so you basically almost try to do a reverse entry, so you can accelerate into this corner right through that little hairpin. Then there's this banked corner, which I always remember by the tree that you're facing. It's a little bit difficult to see, but that's the tree. So you try to ride it as far on the outside as possible. Then you get this section, which also has some elevation in it. It's quite simple. The car basically goes through it by itself. It's very simple. And then you want to do the same thing as the end of the triple apex corner. You want to slide it to the outside here on as much angle as you can. Totally look for the outer edge of the track, because you're going to slingshot yourself around this corner again. Sadly, with my car, there's not enough power to power it through, so I need to do a little bit of a manji over here. And then again, let the car rotate as much as it can around this. Also quite tight. It's not a complete 180 degree, but it's almost 180 degrees. And then you end up in what really feels an incredible section over here, the last right-hander, which is also an elevation banked corner, but completely differently banked, as you can see. So here the car just basically, it rotates itself around the corner. So you just let it almost, I wouldn't have no idea how you could let the car spin out. It's basically a controlled spin, and it just does all the work itself. You just keep the steering wheel where you want it to be. And that's what my lap of Pets Acres.
Edge, and where those guys with George and the California E46 guys are right now, that's where the end of drift zone was. So that's like how I drove it with this car. So that's it. I'm gonna do an interview with with Brendan Wignick. Hold on. Go. What's up?
We're doing the same thing.
We're doing the same thing at the
It was a great
same
drift
time.
week, was it not?
It was amazing.
You are not ready for it to end.
I feel bad. I feel really bad. I honestly feel really sad for it to leave.
Well, it was a pleasure, and I look forward to getting some Wisefab on the vet.
I'm gonna make it happen. It's great to meet you.
I'll send you a message in the next week or so.
Sure, it's good. We'll make it happen.
So that's the last episode of our Drift Week 3 adventure. Of course, you can remember that it all started at Villains with Brian crashing the clown shoe and all the Airbnb BMW guys pulling together, getting that car back on track. It was an amazing feeling to see that thing drive again. Of course, we really liked Villains. What an amazing track, amazing people, super cool. I really enjoyed the atmosphere. It was so quiet there. The very unique feeling over there. Track is a copy of a Japanese track. Really, really fantastic times there with the three-wheel motion, as you're about to see. We really enjoyed that so much. But I also really like going to Monroe, which is a Formula Drift track, because you could full throttle the M3 over there. Really good feeling over there, way different than all the smaller tracks that we did, but I really enjoyed driving there. As you can see here, it's with Chelsea de Nova, who also made a lot happen on this trip and the trip before. So thank you very much for that, Chelsea. All the fantastic adventures I had with my guys. Of course, Brian, Jordan, Brandon, David, Andrew. We had such great times. Thank you guys so much. I'll never forget this my entire life. What a fantastic adventure we went on, and it's so great seeing all these images again. Part of the trip for me, of course, is all the preparation that goes into it, because it's not very easy for me to come over, and you guys make it all worthwhile so much. Thank you guys so much. I want to specifically thank my sponsors, Wisefab, all the boys from Estonia, of course from California, FEAL Suspension, Odie, Mike, Seems Legit, Mike's Dodge, thank you very much. And of course Curt, CALKINS and the MEEKS family for giving me shelter. Thank you guys all.